PR blunder of the day goes to Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, for his comments put out regarding Fidel Castro's passing. Here's what the Prime Minister of Canada put out. It is with deep sorrow that I learned today of the death of Cuba's long-serving president. Fidel Castro was a larger-than-life leader who served his people for almost half a century, a legendary revolutionary and orator. Mr. Castro made significant improvements to the education and health care of his island nation. Okay, you can make the case that all of that is true. Here's the problem. And folks, you don't have to be a right-wing, reactionary, someone who's a part of the extreme conservative movement to be anti-Castro. Castro, by his own admission, assassinated his political opponents. He had them executed by the state. He did, in fact, topple a right-wing dictator, but he became an autocrat himself. He oppressed people, he took property, and he took a nation that was the wealthiest nation in the Caribbean and made it basically one of the poorest countries in the world. So for Justin Trudeau to sort of just say he was completely positive and a wonderful guy strikes a lot of people as tone deaf. Of course, American conservatives like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio are ripping him apart. But you don't have to be a conservative to see that something is missing here from Justin Trudeau. There's this glamorization of Fidel Castro that liberals and progressives would not tolerate by anyone they actually had to live under. So huge blunder on the part of Justin Trudeau. He's being mocked and ridiculed around the world for seemingly glamorizing a dictator. So how do you respond to a situation like this where you're going to be asked to give an opinion on something? Now, you could be President of the United States and it's a foreign leader. You could be the president of a city council in a small town and your number one adversary who you think did bad things for the community died. How do you respond if people are looking to you for a response? Well, if you want to look at an example of someone who did it right, look at President Obama's response. He expressed sympathy for the family of Fidel Castro, but in any way you read it, any sentence of the statement from Barack Obama, there's nothing he says that overtly praises Castro. He talks about the controversies around his life, that he had a huge impact on people's lives. All of that is demonstrably true. So if you absolutely hate and detest Castro and your family lost its home and you had to flee with nothing but the shirt on your back, you wouldn't be offended by what Barack Obama said. Now, it's not that you can never offend anyone, but if you're a political leader, a leader of any organization, you don't necessarily want to go out of your way to needlessly offend people in ways that are not consistent with your values. And that's what I think Justin Trudeau did in this situation. So 3 quick lessons if you're ever in a situation like this. Address the issue, but address it in a relatively neutral way. Number 2, say something that makes people realize that, in fact, you understand there's a lot of controversy around this person. Number 3, if you're going to express sympathy to people who are harmed or immediate family, not necessarily deep regret that the person has passed on.